Hey everybody, happy Monday yet again. Here is another, we've named it now, budget decks list. I went through and I looked for at least 5 decks that are below 5,000 dust. You'll be happy that some of them are super cheap, but no more than 5,000 dust. And this will be bronze through gold. This will get you to start your climb. This is if you do not have a lot of dust, you do not have a lot of cards to be able to craft decks. This will help you get started, at least winning games and understanding the meta and what have you. I also found a couple of twist decks. These are also below 5,000 dust. Not as many, but there's a couple. So to go through the win rates right now, standard to me is healthy, and the reason I'm saying that is 4 classes are above 50%, and then there's 3 others that are 49.6%. In the bronze through gold, it's not that crazy to see that the rogue, warlock, priest, they're higher up on the win rates, as well as demon hunter too. You're looking at that, you're seeing 42.2%. It's a lie. It's fake. No, it's not fake. It's just, it's a little bit different. You can win with any class right now if you're doing bronze through gold. So we're going to go through 5 decks right now. I've curated 5 lists. You'll happy to know that some of these are 0 dust, nothing whatsoever, won't cost you a cent. These are cards that should be already in your list. So this is Unholy Death Knight. This is 0 dust with a 58% win rate right now. It's the Unholy Death Knight. It's using a lot of the undeads. And listen, Plague Grain, I didn't know that this was going to be as good as it was. I thought it was a little weak before, but it's pretty good, especially for pulling corpses and also giving that additional undeads when there's an opportunity there. Chill Fallen Baron is just a staple in any deck, let alone the Death Knight. And yeah, Body Bagger, same thing. A lot of these are super understandable that are in this deck. Graveyard Shift, I like Graveyard Shift. 2 1/1 zombies with Reborn. You can clear something, small amount of mana, what have you. Grave Strength, super powerful. I love the deck for Grave Strength. I am a fan of this card. And then, listen, you're trying to build up as many corpses as possible, so you could go ahead and raise all of them with Lord Marogar. Have 1 or 2 things on the board if at all possible, and you will have some beefy minions on the board. And then Stitch Giant just rounds it all out, makes it super cheap for you to be playing this. Like I said, 58% win rate. Do not shirk on this one. I know I talk about Death Knights often, but it's just because it's so easy to win games with it. Next up, Silver Hand Paladin, and this is 0 dust as well with a 54.3% win rate, and this is just an essential basic Paladin deck. It's got Lotharaxian, Redeemed, and Tyrion. And Tyrion has been around for forever. It's now a core card, and it's an amazing card. I love it. Plus, it's an 8 mana, 8/8 now. Divine Shield, Taunt, and then it gives you a 5/3 weapon. You'd be silly not to put this in most Paladin decks. Hand of Adal. This is great. Give a minion +2/+1, draw a card. Bronze Explorer. It'll also give you the opportunity to have another dragon with its Discover effects. Blessing of Kings. Give a minion +4/+4. Stand Against Darkness to put something on the board. It's just an essential Paladin deck. It's very easy to learn how to pilot it. If you haven't played Paladin before, definitely try this, especially since it's going to cost you 0 dust. Next up, and I've mentioned it before recently too, Treant Druid. This is 1,480 dust with a 61.7% win rate. It is a good deck. It's good to learn how to use Druid spells and get learning on this class if you've never played Druid before. And Soul of the Forest is your friend. Also, Blood Treant. Listen, I joked about this card, but I just keep on seeing it on more and more Druid lists. Cultivation is key. Give your minions +2/+2, and it costs 1 less for each Treant you've summoned this game. And with the amount of ability to summon Treants, you will have no problems pushing this out earlier than turn 8. So good deck, definitely another one to try for 1,480 dust. If you have no Druid cards, definitely try it. Druid has had a little bit of nerfs. Well, not really nerfs, but Druid was breaking the meta up on the higher levels with the Tony Druid combo with Tony and Jailer. They banned Jailer right now. It's a temporary ban. It's going to come back. It's going to be nerfed. It's going to be adjusted. So get used to, at least if not playing this, learning how this deck is played. It'll help you in the long run. Next up, another Death Knight, Frost Death Knight, and this is 1,760 dust with a 63% win rate. And it's the same thing here. You'll see some of these cards being the same as the other deck. This one is just Frost spells. So listen, you know Frostworm's Fury is in this. Great card, busted card, deal 5 damage, freeze all enemy minions, and summon a 5/5 Frostworm. This is a good deck as well to play. Get you used to seeing some Frost Death Knights in the meta, because they're all across each one of the ranks. It's not just one specific rank. This one also, to look at the overview, it's very good against Demon Hunter. It's very good against Druid. So if you're looking for something to dominate the Druid meta, go ahead and hit this deck. 82% against mages. It's very good. It's just a free win, it looks like, with mages. And then, yeah, the same thing with Shaman. Very big against Shaman. So try this out. Like I said, 1,760 dust. You cannot go wrong. Last one, and this one's a little bit higher. It's 4,720 dust. It's a Totem Shaman. I like this deck. This deck has, for what its archetype is, it's very, very expanding in its class. So this has so much opportunities to play, even though it's just playing totems and just dealing with totems. You got these totems with +3 attack. You could do that twice depending on what you have. It's very good. And then Gigantotem is an 8/8 for 0 mana if you play your cards right. Mistake is a fun card as well. I don't see a lot of decks playing this right now, except for in the Totem Shaman, and I think I've seen it one or two other decks, but I think it's a fun card to see all of the different, if you look at the art, look at all the different types, minion types that's in there. It's pretty cool to see. Anyway, like I said, this is 4,720 dust. If you don't have a lot of Shaman cards, maybe not do that. There's a lot more opportunities here for a lower dust cost than this, but I'm throwing it out there because I wanted to give everybody at least 5 decks, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, it is 5 decks. So Twist is not that amazing right now, and I'm going to go back to the win rates. Twist is Warlock or Paladin. It's got a little bit for Hunter, a little bit for Rogue, a little bit for Priest, but nothing above 50% win rate unless it's Warlock or Paladin. It's a little bit different, though, when you're at the lower ranks, bronze to gold, like I told you. There'll be a lot of opportunities there, just not a lot of opportunities. We're trying to get decks that are below 5,000 dust. I found 2 of them that'll help you. So to go into Twist Hunter, that is 1,920 dust, and it's got a 61% win rate right now. And it's essentially a common core Hunter deck. So it's a lot of beasts. It's a lot of beasts. If you just started playing, you haven't messed around with Unleashed Hounds, it was prevalent back in the day, and it was amazing card. I'm glad it's back. You've got Timberwolf that your other beasts have +1 attack. You have Undertaker with whenever you summon a minion with Death Rattle, gain +1/+1. Web Spinner. Web Spinner is an amazing card. I'm glad this is in this format. Starving Buzzard, like I said, it's an essential hunter. If you started messing around with the tutorials or what have you with Hunter, you'll see a lot of these cards that were in those tutorials. This is a great deck for you to start learning how to play Hunter as well, while having fun in Twist. And with it being only 1,920 dust, not bad. Next one, and this is going to be the last one. I could only find you 2 now that was below 5,000. This one's at 3,560 dust, and it's a Shaman deck. And again, it's a core Shaman deck while dealing with Jade Golems. And what you're trying to do is, the way the Jade Golem works is every time you throw one out, it goes and increases in stats the next time you play it. So 1/1, the next time you play a Jade Golem, it'll be a 2/2, what have you. Tunnel Trog, I did not see this in here before. This is a good card. When you overload, gain +1 attack per locked mana crystal. It's pretty cool for you to be able to have that. There's not a ton of overload in here, but there is a few. Devolve is also a fun card. It's so random, though. Transform all enemy minions into random ones that cost 1 less. This used to be bonkers back in the day when you were building an archetype on your opponent pulls Devolve and just messes things up completely. So these are the 5 decks. Like I said, this one was at 3,560 dust. There are 5 standard decks, 2 twist decks. If you have any questions with these decks, throw them in the comments. I will go ahead and have the deck codes in the description that you've probably seen already. I'm at 854 subs. I'm trying to get to 1,000. Hopefully by the end of the year, I'd love to hit 1,000 subs. So if you like what I'm doing, you like these videos, please like and comment and subscribe. And listen, I'm working on another for those of you that are already past bronze and already past gold and just want to talk about the meta. I've got something cool for you. I'm doing a new video series on Wednesday. You will see it on Wednesday. Please go ahead and throw your notifications on so you can see that. Until then, I will see you in the tavern.